Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's a beautiful, I guess end of June day here in Colorado. And I have a 4xe for those who don't know and are new to this channel. It's a Wrangler and I've built it for overlanding. And I wanted to be able to sleep in the back of it, but there's a couple of problems with the 4xe. Number one, the cargo area has about a 6-inch rise up to where the battery is. And when the seats fold forward, unlike all the other Wranglers in the world, you have to, on this one, you have to lift the bottom of the seat up first to fold the other one down, and then that causes a problem with the sleeping area being too short. Well, I really like the DeepSleep solo mat, but it very specifically says on the website it will not work with a 4xe. And I'm here to show you that that is fixable. And I'll show you how to do that. Let me show you first the Jeep for those who are new to the channel. So for my overland setup, I've got a 3.5-inch lift on a TerraFlex Alpine 3 CT3 lift. I've got best top armor on it, a Warren winch. I've got a Gobi rack with the quick releases if I ever wanted to use a soft top on it. Got the overland vehicle systems awning, a couple of Rome Adventure Company 66-liter boxes up there on Rome mounts. I've got some propane here mounted on my ladder. I've got an American Venture Lab tire carrier here, and I've got a birthday party going on next door. Anyway, so you hear some some disappointed little children there. Okay, now let me show you how you need to solve this. So the rise issue in the back, a very simple square foot piece of plywood with a frame underneath it that's a 2x4, and just some iron piping here. Got some turnbuckles here to kind of keep it down. I can't reach the one in the back to put a turnbuckle, so I used just a real good bungee cord to help it from bouncing around so much. You can see you've got some storage underneath here. But it still allow me to get into my quick storage area down here. Okay, so now that solves the problem with the flatness. But how do we solve the problem with the seat? As you can see here, you've got to put the bottom of the seat forward and actually run the front seats all the way forward to be able to make the sleeping pad work. And so what I've done is I have removed that bottom seat to start with, okay? And to do that, it's not too bad. Simply, you're gonna have to, you remove this trim piece here. There's a couple of screws here to facilitate that, and you pop it off with a trim tool. You're gonna kind of pop this section off here. You don't have to go all the way and take it off because it goes all the way across, just enough that you can get to that mounting point right there and the mounting point right here. All right, and that allows you to remove the seat, and then you'll push that seat all the way forward. Now let me get my solo mat out here and get it inflated, and you can see how long it is and why you need to do this. Okay, so this is the DeepSleep solo mat for the Jeep, but you can also, I believe, use it for the 4Runner because the shape is very, very similar in the back. Now on their website, it very specifically says that this DeepSleep for the Jeep will not work for the 4xe. But with the sleeping platform and removing that bottom seat, I'm going to show you that it will. Okay, so the DeepSleep is in the process of self-inflating. It's not quite finished, but you can see here that it'll fit very nicely between the fridge and my big woofer here. It's got the cutout there. And it's also got the cutout for the environmental system there. I've got that passenger seat slid all the way forward and the back straight up, which you pretty much have to do anyway with any vehicle. So now you're asking, okay, well, what about the front part here? As you see, we do have a problem, right? A lot of space underneath there. Your head's here, that's going to cause a problem, right? Well, let me show you how I solve that. Okay, so I used to have a couple of the front runner hard-sided boxes, and I went to these soft-sided ones, two of them. One's a kitchen kit, and the other one's kind of an overflow for kitchen and some other camp gadgets, if you will. And got to keep them in the vehicle anyway at night, so this works out real well that they can be here now. For traveling, that front seat, this will push back a little bit more against the rear seat, and I can actually lean that seat back a little bit as well as move it back. So if I have another passenger with me, because right now it would be very uncomfortable for a passenger to try and travel with me, but I can still move it back and lean the seat back a little bit. It's just that the mat won't work for sleeping. So for the sleeping configuration, you definitely need to move it forward. But as you can see, it'll work out real well. Let me go close the back here for you. So the back really has no issues at all. That gives me a really nice sleeping platform. Okay, all the way back you can see it just touches there. And the 2 nights that I've stayed on it so far, it's worked out really, really well. So not endorsed, or excuse me, not sponsored by DeepSleep, but I can tell you that if you have a 4xe and you really want to do this, it's not that expensive to build that platform, and it actually kind of works out better for things like having extra storage space and not stacking stuff up. I'd wanted to put an American Adventure Lab storage shelf in here, but with this raised up, that's not going to work with my fridge, but this'll work. Anyway, that's how you do it. That's how you use a DeepSleep solo mat with a 4xe. All right, I meant to show you that once you remove the pad for traveling, you can put the seat back, as well as slide the seat back for your passenger, or just for more ease of travel and having, you know, backpacks and things up there if you're solo. Anyway, but you can have room to be able to have a passenger up there and still leave those in place.